Now, from News Channel 8, this is Good Morning Washington.
Well, some foods dubbed as good for the heart aren't actually all that good for you. The so-called heart-healthy foods that you need to break up with. Coming up after the break.
All right, here we go. Bump, bump, bump. You saw my, I won't say bleeding heart or beating heart. Hey, if certain foods have been proven to lower cholesterol and blood pressure and fight plaque buildup, then why is it that we still are seeing 1 million people that die from heart disease each year in the U.S.? Here to answer that question is herbal pharmacist and author David Foreman. All right, well, now that our hearts are beating.
I know, really.
All right, a little faster here this morning, I know. All right, so we've got more research out there. There's more science. Why are we still seeing so many cases? Shouldn't we be doing better?
Yeah, you would think with all the technology, medications, research that we'd be doing better. I really think it boils down to our lifestyle. And then I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there. People maybe hear something is good for them, not realizing that they didn't pay attention to the full story. Hopefully people pay attention to this full story today, because there's a lot of misconceptions on the foods that are really considered heart healthy that, depending on what you buy in, like, version of that food, it may or may not be healthy for your heart.
Okay, well, let's start with the first one, and first question too, and that is, when it comes to foods that are good for your heart, should we be eating just those foods, or should we be going for just the pills?
In my opinion, these days, you really can't get everything you need from food. Just because of the way we grow things, raise them, the nutritional benefits that were probably in there 150 years ago just aren't there anymore. And to be honest with you, people just aren't eating right anyway. I mean, let's be all honest about it. We just are not eating right.
Okay, well, I'm not going to give away my age, but that has changed really over the years.
I'm 53. You want to use my age? I'm good with that.
Well, okay. Because at one point it seemed like it was, don't go with the supplement, go with the food. Now you're saying go back with the supplements.
So here, boil it down this real quick. If you have a concern with a health condition, I always go with the supplement.
Okay.
Because to me, that's more of a, quote, medicinal way of approaching it. And then you can eat those foods on top of it as a support mechanism. But just to rely on the food, I think you're really messing yourself up.
Okay, before we talk about the foods that we should eat more of, which one should we stop eating?
Processed foods, those high starch, high sugar. One of my favorite sayings in my book is foods that are manipulated, meaning man has messed with them. You know, it's been processed to the point where they have to start putting the nutrients back in there because they've stripped them back out. So if it comes in a box or a package, it's usually not healthy for you.
And again, just get rid of sugar, sugar, sugar. That is the top of the list for so many things, including weight. Now, we're still in the breakfast hour here. You say for a lot of people who are getting ready to grab the oatmeal, wait. Read the label, right?
So, yeah, well, oatmeal. I brought an example. This is an instant oatmeal. I'm not going to pick on brands, but instant oatmeal is usually really high in sugar and other things. The fiber is stripped out, and fiber is one of the beneficial things for heart health. Oatmeal actually is healthy for you, but most people don't want to wait 20 minutes to cook the steel cut version of it, and instant is less healthy. So
is that the best kind, the steel cut?
By far, but then what are you putting on it? You're putting brown sugar on there, then you've just ruined it. So there's a component in oats called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan, science has shown it helps lower your cholesterol. So if you're concerned with cholesterol, you want the heart-healthy benefits of oatmeal, buy beta-glucan at your local health food store or pharmacy. So it does come in pill form.
Great, or buy the steel cut.
Yep,
and
or buy
just
steel
take
cut,
your time making it. Omega-3. So we're coming up here on the lunch hour soon. Next thing, maybe you're going to have that piece of fish. That's great, right?
Actually, salmon or those cold water fish are excellent for heart health. The problem I have with salmon, it's not really even a problem, is that wild caught, there's really not enough wild salmon left to feed the animals in nature. So it's not really sustainable. Farm raised, maybe. And how many people really like salmon? I do. I had salmon for dinner last night.
And you probably have to eat a lot of it to get the amount that you need.
You need to eat it 2 or 3 times a week at least. And I don't know about you. I love steak, but I'm not eating it 2 or 3 times a week. So what I'm encouraging people to do is supplement with the omega-3s that are found in those cold water fish. So I brought an example. This is fish oil, okay, and I brought krill oil. To me, the best one that we should use is krill oil. Anybody out there that's ever tried fish oil, they're usually really large capsules. You can see the capsule size differences.
Yes,
I don't know if
these are hard to get down.
They're hard to get down. People burp them up. When you use something like krill oil, smaller capsules, I mean, they're so much smaller. They're like the size of an M&M. Not that they're M&Ms. That you don't burp it. That's probably the best benefit, I think, of krill oil. And then there's other nutrients found in krill, like antioxidants that make the salmon pink. Antioxidants are good for heart health as well. So
and do these have a smell? So
Fish
they're
oil
not
has
gonna
a
be
smell. Krill oil should not have a
Okay, so
smell.
personally, I'll go with the krill. Wine, hey, who
I know, I
wouldn't
have
want
one
a
every
glass
day, I
of
think.
red wine?
Exactly.
Here's another reason, because that's good, yeah?
Yeah, red wine contains a compound called resveratrol. It's an antioxidant shown to be very heart healthy. The issue with red wine is you need to consume too much red wine to get the actual medicinal effect we're wanting out of resveratrol. So in this case, the best way is to supplement it with it and still have your glass of wine periodically. I always go with red.
But there are other things that you could get this type of antioxidant in.
Oh, yeah.
So you can have the red wine and have berries?
Anything that's rich in color. So I always tell people to try to eat a rainbow every day. So look for those fruits and veggies that are rich in color and consume those to get antioxidants. But if you're really concerned, like I am, about developing heart disease, I always take a supplement on top of that.
Right, because this really is the body's defender when it comes to making sure that you stay
Heart
healthy.
disease, cancer, diabetes is number 3. Number 1, 2, and 3.
And of course, there's more information that we're going to post too, real quick, with granola.
Yeah, granola, usually high in sugar. Read your labels. I always just eat a blend of nuts. Raw almonds are the best for heart health.
Very good. Thank
you very much.
So much for coming on. All right, it is 8:54 right now. Coming up when Good Morning Washington returns, we'll check back in with Eileen Whalen and Kid O'Shea next.